company that helps decide whether you get an apartment just agreed to pay $2.25 million after the government accused it of failing to keep the information on your report accurate. If you have ever been turned down for a place you could clearly afford, this could be the reason nobody explained to you. What if the thing standing between you and an apartment was not your actual history, but a mistake on a report you were never even shown? Meet Nina. She has steady income and money saved, and she still got rejected from an apartment she could easily afford. No real explanation, just a no. Later, she found out her tenant screening report had errors she never knew existed. Following Nina, we cover 4 things. What the government just caught this company doing, how bad screening data quietly blocks people from housing, the rights you already have under federal law, and the exact moves to make the moment you get denied. Here is the catch. These reports are treated like credit reports, which means you have real power over them, but only if you ask the right way. Keep watching, because the one sentence you say after a rejection can force the truth out into the open, and I will give it to you word for word. Part 1. What the government actually caught this company doing. In July of 2026, the Federal Trade Commission announced that a tenant screening company called RentGrow agreed to pay $2.25 million to settle allegations that it broke 2 federal laws. The heart of it was simple. The government said the company failed to take reasonable steps to make sure the information in its tenant screening reports was accurate. Reports used to judge whether you get a home, and the government says they were not being kept accurate. In plain words, when a landlord runs your name, a company like this pulls records and hands over a report. That report can include things like past evictions, court records, and other history. The problem the government described was that inaccurate and outdated information could end up on those reports, and the company was not doing enough to catch it before it cost someone a place to live. Now, a settlement is not the same as a court ruling that they did everything wrong. It means the company agreed to pay and resolve it rather than keep fighting. But $2.25 million is the kind of number that tells you the concern was taken seriously. For Nina, this is the moment the fog clears. Her rejection was not a mystery, and it was not necessarily about her. It may have been about a report that nobody was keeping honest. A wrong line on a screening report does not just annoy you, it can quietly lock you out of a home. Here is why this matters so much more than people realize. Unlike a credit score, which you can check anytime, most people have never seen their tenant screening report and do not even know it exists. So when a landlord gets a report with a mistake on it, the applicant usually has no idea. They just get a no, and they blame themselves. And the mistakes can be serious. An eviction that was dismissed but still shows as active. A record that belongs to someone else with a similar name. An old case that should have aged off. Any one of those can make a responsible person look risky, and a busy landlord with 10 applicants will just move to the next one. You do not get a second chance to explain a report you were never shown. That is the quiet damage. It is not one dramatic denial. It is being filtered out again and again by information you were never given the chance to correct. People end up taking worse apartments, paying bigger deposits, or getting stuck, all because of data they cannot see. For Nina, this reframes months of frustration. Every application that went nowhere might trace back to the same bad report, following her from building to building. Quick pause. If nobody has ever told you that you can actually see and fix the report landlords use against you, hit like and drop a comment below. I read every comment and reply personally. Share this with anyone hunting for an apartment right now, and do not forget to subscribe because we put out several new videos every week. Drop a comment and tell me, have you ever been denied a place and never got a real reason why? Yes or no? I want to see how common this quietly is. Part 3. The rights you already have under federal law right now. The same law that governs credit reports also governs these. That is your power. Tenant screening companies are treated as consumer reporting agencies under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. That single fact hands you a set of rights most renters never use. First, when a report causes a landlord to deny you, raise your deposit, or say no, they are supposed to give you what is called an adverse action notice, and it must tell you which company supplied the report. That notice is your key. It names the company so you can go get your file. Second, you have the right to get a copy of your own tenant screening report from that company, often for free after a denial, so you can finally see exactly what a landlord saw. Third, if you find something wrong, you have the right to dispute it. The company then has to reasonably investigate and correct or remove information it cannot verify. That is not a favor. That is the law working the way it is supposed to. For Nina, this is the turning point. She stops guessing and starts demanding. The notice, the report, and the dispute are a straight path from a mystery rejection to a corrected file. Part 4. The exact moves to make the moment you get denied, and the honest caveats. A denial is not the end of the conversation. It is the start of your paper trail. Move 1. The moment you are denied, ask for the adverse action notice and the name of the screening company. Say it plainly. Please send me the adverse action notice and the name of the screening company you used. That one request gets you the company you need to go after. Move 2. Contact that company and request your full report. Read every line. Look for anything that is wrong, out of date, or not even yours, especially old court records and evictions that should have been resolved or removed. Move 3. Dispute every error in writing and keep copies. Lay out exactly what is wrong and what the truth is, and ask them to investigate and correct it. Once it is fixed, you can ask a landlord to take another look, or simply apply again with a clean report behind you. Now, the honest caveats. Fixing a report takes a little time and paperwork, so start the moment you are denied, not weeks later. And correcting a genuine, accurate record is a different battle than removing a flat-out error. So be realistic about which one you are fighting, but when the information is wrong, the law is firmly on your side. For Nina, that is the whole difference. She stops being filtered out in silence and starts holding the report to the truth. All right, let's lock this in. Part 1. The Federal Trade Commission made a tenant screening company, RentGrow, pay $2.25 million over failing to keep its reports accurate. Part 2. Bad screening data quietly blocks people from housing because most renters never even see the report being used against them. Part 3. Under federal law, you get an adverse action notice naming the company, the right to see your report, and the right to dispute and force a reinvestigation. Part 4. After any denial, ask for the notice in the company, request your report, and dispute every error in writing. You are not powerless in front of a screening report. You have the right to see it and the right to make them fix it. None of this is about blaming yourself for a rejection. It is about knowing that the report deciding your home is not always right and that you have a real legal path to correct it. If this helped you, give it a like and drop a comment below. I read every single comment and reply personally to your questions. Send this to anyone searching for a place to live, and make sure you subscribe because we put out several new videos every week. And the next video you should watch could explain why your credit feels stuck no matter what you do. The average score just slipped, lenders have been tightening, and sitting below 700 quietly costs you more on almost everything. I break down what actually changes below that number and the moves that get you across it. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. It'll be uploaded within the next 2 days. See you there.